Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Welcome to my show today. Just double checking to make sure I'm on the air, and it looks like we are live, and this is fantastic. Welcome one, welcome all to TWB for Monday, December the 13th, 2020. I hope you had a good weekend, and hope you're doing well. You're staying safe, social distancing, doing what you're told. I'm hoping it's all good for you guys. I hope your families are well. And again, thank you for catching up with me today to say hi and catch me on my big live show every Monday night, 8 o'clock on Traveling with Bruce, where we love to talk about cruise ship news, developments, thoughts, and other things. And this is your chance to visit with me and say hi and let me know where are you watching me from around the world. Make sure to do that. I'd love to find out where you folks are. It's humbling for this YouTuber to be able to talk to people from around the world every Monday night from the comfort of my living room. I'm in Creston, British Columbia, Canada, 3 miles north of the U.S. border, if that. And we're hanging right in there. We're sitting at around 30 degrees all day today. Unfortunately, it didn't get nice and warm here, and it's going to be about 35 to 40 degrees for the rest of the week. From apparently, and it'll be kind of snow showery for the next little while, but that is the way it is this time of year. Can't really control that. You kind of got to go with the flow. So let me know what's the temperature like where you guys are. What's it like in the UK? What's it like in Europe? What about South America? Is anyone here from South America today? What about down under in Australia, New Zealand? Anyone in Asia today? Anyone watching us from the Caribbean? Beautiful people of the Caribbean. I miss you guys. I really wish I were down there. Let me know. And of course, my USA contingent, all my Floridians, Californians, Texans, Georgians, the Carolinians, the New Yorkers, Pennsylvanians, Illinoisans, Michiganders, Michigonians, all of you guys. Thank you. Washington State, Oregon, Nevada, everywhere. It's incredible. My Canadians, hey, Canuckleheads, how you doing, my Canucks? Welcome to the show here, Traveling with Bruce, on a Monday night where the winter is coming. Christmas is coming. Today is like I say, 13th. We'll be on next week and the week after. I'm on Friday for my sponsor member shows. No stopping the schedule right through the holidays. Nothing stops. Unfortunately for Jennifer and I, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife and I, we aren't going anywhere this Christmas. We're not getting out of the house. We're not even driving to Alberta, which is 5.5 hours away by car. We're not going to see our daughter there. She's not going to come over here. We are staying in place because the shutdown is on in Alberta and British Columbia right now. The no travel order is kind of in effect. It's not, quote, illegal to travel between the two, but it is not recommended, and we're not interested in playing games. We're quite happy staying here and limiting our exposure to the outside world. And I'm lucky in that I can visit with you guys live on scheduled shows, or anytime I'm lonely, I can just go live any old time if I want. And I really appreciate that. Clifford, how you doing, buddy? From Chicago, nice to see you. I'm blessed by being able to be on this YouTube channel to do live shows and engage with you folks. And of course, I make regular videos, and on my other channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, I get to pop up videos there. Occasionally go live there as well. And thank you all of you who react to what I do and throw me constructive criticisms from time to time, or send me a hello, how are you comments. Those of you who are making donations to this channel through PayPal, thank you. I've been sending out this postcard from Creston, my Traveling with Bruce Creston postcard. This card has gone everywhere. I go to the post office every week with a bunch more to send out, and the postal workers are curious. There's only about 5 of them that work in our town, and they're curious. So where are these going? Oh, Ireland, UK, Michigan, California, Canada, Australia, they go everywhere. And I thank all of you who've been sending donations to my channel through PayPal. Any American dollars, $10 or more American gets you one of these. And we've had to send a bunch of them out. And I cannot thank you enough. It's been really helpful. This channel has been having issues with the YouTube channel regarding advertising revenue. Others have had it, not everyone, but a lot of channels, channels between about 10 and 70 or 80,000 subscribers, somewhere in that window, a lot of channels have had problems with getting paid by YouTube for the advertising that you get all the time when you watch my shows, videos or live shows, doesn't matter. And we did not get paid for the last 2 weeks of September. We did not get paid for all of October. Now, we were told we were getting paid. At the end of September, we were told, oh, this is how much you earned, because every day the tally goes up and up and up. So at the end of September, I knew how much I was supposed to be getting paid, and then it disappeared. The meter just went, and we were down to 40% of normal. And then October came along, and every day October went by, it said, you're getting money, ads are showing. I know ads are showing. I see ads on my channel. My relatives see ads on my channel. My viewers see ads on my channel. The ads are coming in, and revenue is coming. The end of October, here's how much money you're getting, which is really about half of normal. And then that disappeared. Gone. No explanation, no email, no commentary, no warning, no nothing. It just went away. And we found out through some digging and some help from YouTubers like you and other viewers like you, you're not the only one, Bruce. Other channels are also getting swacked. It was even written up in Forbes magazine that YouTube is stealing money from YouTube creators. Nothing I can do. It's owned by Google. What am I going to do? Call a lawyer at $1,000 an hour and say, hey, why don't you go sue those guys? Not going to happen. November came along, and the ad revenues came along, and after about 9 days, everything changed. It went back to normal, and everything went okay. The number of views I was generating, number of ads I was getting shown, the ad rates all reflecting normal. And at the end of November, they gave me a figure which is still lower than normal, and then they adjusted it a week later, and it went up. They upped the adjustment on my November number. We're still down about a third from normal, from what we would have had. But hey, it's better than nothing. But they have not adjusted October. They have not adjusted September. So there it is. And that's what we're doing. So I had been asking for donations on my PayPal account, which is a donate button for my channel. It's on my homepage. And people have come through. A lot of you have come through. And so anyone who's been sending $10 US or more, you get one of those. Any of you who've become sponsor members, joining me Monday nights and Friday nights for the sponsor member shows twice a week, 8 a month, you automatically get one of these. Automatically. And I thank all of you for being there. You were there for me, and Jennifer and I really do appreciate it. We're now waiting 6 more days. 8 more days. Sorry, today's the 13th. 8 more days. That's when we're supposed to be paid by YouTube for November. I find out in 8 days whether I'm going to be paid for November. How would you like to plan your life around that? The 21st of every month is like, what's going to happen today? Are we getting paid or not for the last month's work we did full-time 7 days a week? Anyway, welcome to the life of this YouTuber. Sorry to bore you, but that's the deal. Anyway, welcome all of you who have been here today. I did a video today talking about my predictions for 2021. What Bruce thinks is going to happen in the cruise world, the travel world in 2021 going forward. I was thinking of that video for a day and a half before I released it. I was thinking of that video on Saturday, all day yesterday, Sunday, and I put the video and photos together on Sunday. I had the whole video, what you're seeing with your eyes, all done last night, Sunday night. And then I sat on it and waited until this morning to do my voiceover because I wasn't sure just whether it was going to happen or not. I really wasn't sure. And I got to say, it's been an interesting 24 hours here. Very interesting 24 hours. First thing I want to say, I want to make a confession. I made this confession on my sponsor member show to my core followers, sponsor members, but I'm going to confess to all of you out there. Last night, Jennifer and I, we watched Sunday Night Football. Nothing new there. Then the movie Aliens was on. So Jennifer was going back and forth during commercial breaks, watching Aliens, football game ended, we watched the rest of Aliens. Nothing earth-shattering there. By the way, Ripley made it. But after that movie, Jen was tired. She was ready to go to bed. It was just after 11 o'clock at night. And I had the clicker for the TV, and I just happened to click a channel. And the next channel, I think it was, All the President's Men. The movie All the President's Men was on. And it just had started. 15 minutes earlier, it had just started. And so I'm just kind of schlepping on the couch watching Robert Redford and the entire number of actors doing their thing. Jason Robards, and the whole story of Watergate. The movie was all about Watergate. The two Washington Post reporters who uncovered and broke the story. It took them years, but they did it. And I watched that whole movie. I got to bed at 1:15 in the morning, which is unusual for me. I'm usually in bed by 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'm usually up at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning. I'm ready to go. No, I didn't get up this morning till 8:30. So this show, as far as I'm concerned, this show is starting 3 hours early for me because I'm usually up so much earlier than I normally am. But anyway, I loved watching that show. And I loved watching how the movie, the producers of the movie, the directors, the creators of this show, how they painstakingly, showed us how Woodward and Bernstein did the grunt work to get this story about Watergate. And it was in 1972, 73, 74, those years is when they were doing it. And I love period pieces. I love shows, movies that take you back in time. And I really enjoyed this one because it's early 1970s. I was 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. And so this is my world. I remember this world. Telephones that you used to dial with the rotary dial before we had those touch phones. Ooh, touch phones. Fax machines were like unbelievably expensive. Photocopiers, Xerox machines were almost unheard of in a small office. They were in big organizations, and boy, did you have to have permission to use those. Making phone calls and no emails and no cell phones and no texting. Wow, and the typewriters to do everything. But I just loved how they put the story together to show us how it happened. Now that movie came out in the 70s. So the audience that originally saw that movie were not watching a world that didn't exist. It still existed in many ways, because even if that movie came out in 75, 76, that just happened a few years earlier. So that was current stuff. So everything in the offices, all the technology and all the fashions, fairly current. The long hair these guys had and all that. And the smoking. Oh my God, the smoking. But you look at it today in 2020, and you're looking at something that's 45 years old. It's a period piece. It's a time capsule. And for anyone that is younger than 30, you're looking at this and you're going, hey, this happened before I was born, man. Like this is, and to me, as someone of my age, I'm 65, when I see a movie from 1940 or 1950, I, in my head, go, oh, this happened before I was born. But I quickly snap myself out of it and go, yeah, but it was only a few years before you were born. Or you were about to be born. And this was the world, an interpretation of the world at that time. Anyway, time machines. I love movies about time machines. And I really enjoyed this show. And I was watching these two guys going at it, doing their thing. And so when I got up this morning, I thought, okay, I'm going to make this video today. I'm going to fearlessly go out there and make my predictions about what I think is going to happen for 2021 regarding cruise lines and travel. And out it went, and a bunch of you have watched it. A lot of thumbs ups, a lot of thumbs downs, comments, mainly supportive, polite, not so many nasty ones. But it's been an interesting reaction. So I would love to get your reaction to my video today. What are your thoughts? My number one prediction was and is that I think it's extremely likely that as soon as Joe Biden is nominated, as soon as he's sworn in as president of the United States of America, within hours, days, a week, the CDC will come out with a no-sail order for cruise ships. I'm convinced of that. They didn't want they didn't want a sail order. They didn't want to lift the no sail order that was in place as it was. It was supposed to go till the end of March at least or so. I think a new sail order will come out. A new no sail order will come out. It could be as long as September of next year. A 6-month out and out no sail order for 6 more months. Why do I think that? I think the reason they're going to do it is they're going to say the reaction is that the vaccine has come out. The rollout of the vaccine will take most of 2021, and there will be no international, there'll be restricted international travel in and out of the US, Europe, Asia, South America, Caribbean, Canada, through the year until people are vaccinated. I think the new standard of being able to travel will be you will have been vaccinated. And it'll be a part of your digital record on your passport. It'll be very sophisticated. It'll be all digital. You'll have evidence of it on your phone. You'll have evidence of it in your travel documents. And the CDC is just going to, I think they're going to reach out to the World Health Organization and other countries' health organizations like Health Canada here and in Europe and so on. And I think they're all going to band together. I think the new administration, they're going to band together with other countries, the allies. And I think it's going to be World War II. I think it's going to be World War II. The virus is the enemy. The allies are going to defeat it. And the allies are going to align up together and fight it in a coordinated way. And the first way to do it is we're going to get our people inoculated, get them vaccinated, and we're going to restrict travel between our territories unless we have this protection. That's where I think it's going to go. And that means cruise ships. Every cruise you take, I don't care where you go on a 4-day cruise, a 3-day cruise, it's international. You're either going from Miami to the Bahamas and back, Bermuda and back. You're going to Haiti to see the private island that Royal Caribbean has and back. Perfect Day Coco Cay. You're going to St. Kitts and Saint Martin and back. International, all international. And so the CDC is going to announce that. I think they're going to announce that all international travel, you can't do it without being vaccinated first, because you're not going to be allowed in, and you're not going to be allowed back. So people from Dominican Republic won't be able to travel to Miami without being vaccinated. People from Miami can't travel to Jamaica without being vaccinated. Everyone's going to line up with the allies. We're going to have an allied effort here because Biden is going to do what Roosevelt did. He's going to be the president of the United States who's going to unite all of the allies, and the allies are going to unite with the United States, and it's going to become a global effort. And those who don't participate in this global effort are out, and they might be out in many ways, including trade. I think there's going to be a serious put up or shut up, become part of the solution, or you are the problem solution or attitude. That's just my hunch. This is just my personal opinion. Love it or hate it, let me know. But I have a suspicion that we're about to enter, the virus world war, the VWW, the virus world war. And there are going to be allies and the enemy. The enemy is the virus. And that's how I think this game's going down. And on top of all that, for the cruise lines, it's going to get worse. As if this isn't bad enough for the cruise lines, it's going to get worse. What's going to happen on top of that is the new health protocols that will be implemented and be worked out, I think are going to be so onerous on the cruise lines with respect to physical changes that are going to be needed to be made on these ships that they're going to need to spend between $5 and $50 million per ship to adhere to the new rules. Per ship, and no ship will be able to sail until it's done. This is just, again, me. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying I think this is going to happen. I think that the cruise lines they've been putting up the big fight. They've done everything they could under the old administration to try to get sailing going again. They tried the voluntary, we'll shut down in March and April, and then we'll come back in May because by then it'll all calm down. It didn't. We'll do the health protocol committee. We'll have that blue panel of experts. We'll bring in these doctors and scientists, and we'll figure out the 74-page, how we can cruise again. They did that. It didn't work. Then we'll propose changes, and we'll work with the CDC, and we'll work with the White House, and we'll work with the administration. And they tried that, and they got halfway there. They got the administration to say, even though the CDC wanted to have those no sale order go until March of 2021, they convinced the White House October 1. After October 1, you're okay to sale if you can pass the CDC health protocols. No one's been able to pass the protocols. There's been no sailing yet, and there likely will not be any. Let's see here. I'm just double checking some comments are going through. I'm just making sure they're okay. Anyway, so they fought the good fight. They brought the blue ribbon panel in. They released a 74-page report. They went on TV, all the presidents and CEOs, and they're doing everything they can. And then there was the pièce de résistance, the absolute cherry on top of the sundae that was going to convince everyone that all is well. Because in Europe, the thinking was, well, they're sailing in Europe and they're not having any problems in Europe, so this is going to be great. But they weren't not having problems in Europe. They were having problems in Europe. Cases were showing up on riverboats like you couldn't believe. Cases were showing up on some of the Mediterranean voyages. Italy, however, did not make it mandatory for cruise lines to reveal any cases of the virus. The Italian marine law said, you go ahead and sail, but you don't have to release any information. There's my invitation. While there were positive cases of the virus on board ships out of Italy and elsewhere, France didn't reopen. Spain didn't reopen. Portugal didn't reopen. England, United Kingdom shut down indefinitely. If everything is great, why are these countries doing an indefinite shutdown? Germany just shut down again. In Yemen. The pièce de résistance, the cherry on top of the pie, the big, this is going to do it. We're going to be sailing in out of Miami anytime now, was when they all watched the cruise ship that sailed across from the UK to Barbados, and the Spirit of Adventure, and it was a small mega yacht. It was a cruise ship, but it was a small cruise ship. The kind of cruise ship that has 115 passengers max. They only had 50 odd, and they have about 100 something crew. They only had 60 odd crew. So they went with half capacity for crew and passengers. Everyone was pre-tested before you could get on the ship. Several days before the cruise and the day of the cruise, all temperatures, everything taken, and onboard monitoring, the whole thing. And this was going to be the way of the future, that if this cruise can work out, that they can do 7-day cruises in the Caribbean out of Barbados, nowhere near Miami, nowhere near Port Canaveral, nowhere near those infected Americans. We can just do it out of here, and we can test people first, and it works out that no one has the virus on board the ship. And every week this thing goes, they will have world media all over this ship, and they'll talk to happy passengers about how great the cruise was, even though every room is a balcony room. Every room is like a suite, and the service is 6-star impeccable. If it's good enough for those folks, we can do the same thing on a Carnival ship, on a Norwegian ship, on a Royal Caribbean ship. Let's go sailing. And what happened? The third day of the first cruise, positive virus cases showed up. And by the time they got the ship back to Barbados and they ran secondary tests all over again, 9 cases of the virus, 9 out of 100 people, 110 people, disaster. And to make it worse, I mean, to just screw it up royally, Barbados didn't get the memo. These guys in Barbados, the government officials, health officials, whomever is in charge, didn't get the memo. This was supposed to be handled in a professional way, in a united way, in an efficient manner. Everything was supposed to just be, even if there's a positive case, we have the answer. We know what to do if there's a positive case. We know how to handle this, because we want to show Florida. We want to show Jamaica. We want to show St. Kitts. We want to show the Bahamas. We want to show Bermuda. This is how you handle it. If you have a positive case, the ship comes back to port. Watch how Barbados handles positive cases, because this is the way of the future to, in case. What did Barbados do? They put them on buses, drove them to the airport, and told them, get the hell out of the country in 24 hours. You're not staying here. You're not going anywhere. Get out. Only one person was allowed to stay behind. The most ill passenger, the one who was unwell, went to a hospital to be isolated there. The rest of them were kicked out. And a family of 5, they chartered their own private jet. Because remember, we're talking about a cruise ship that only holds 110 people. 6-star. This is expensive, folks. Big money. They could afford to hire a private jet to take them back to America. And so a private jet with 5 infected people landed, I don't know where, in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Galveston. I don't know where they landed. And into the population of the United States. I hope, for their sake, I'm praying that they got back, they announced that they were positive, and they went right into isolation, and they did everything right. But the Barbados people just kicked them out. And that's how the first test cruise for North America was handled. A complete disaster. PR disaster, health disaster, response disaster, country disaster. The CDC is sitting in Atlanta going, say what? We're supposed to allow cruises to go now with Americans with this crap going on? Are you out of your minds, man? This ain't happening. It just isn't going to happen. And of course, within a week to 2 weeks, guess what happened? 200,000 cases a day in the United States. And now we have 3,000 deaths a day. And of course, this is varying. Out of control. Out of control. The new group that will take over control of the CDC on January the 20th, the new kids in town, they're not interested in keeping one guy happy in the White House. That's not their job. They're scientists and doctors. Their job is to keep Americans alive and from getting ill in the first place. The whole deal at the CDC is going to completely change. And I can tell you right now, folks, the entire parade of the charade that's been going on for years, it's over. It's all over as of January 20th and 21st. Get ready, because the CDC is going to come out and go, that's it. We're shutting it all down. No cruises until September minimum. This is me telling you what I think. Okay, just I could be wrong. It could be less, could be longer. It might not be at all. But I don't think you're going to go sailing March the 1st. I don't think so. This is a shutdown that is long overdue. I'm also wondering if perhaps the CDC and the airlines, Federal Aviation, the FAA. Here, I'll get it. The FAA. I am praying, crossing my fingers, I'm hoping that the leadership at the FAA, also installed from the White House, will get their act together and stop all international travel, and perhaps stop domestic air travel. Without a vaccine, you don't get on an airplane. Without a vaccine, you can't get in and out of the U.S. Without a vaccine, I can't get in and out of the U.S. There should not be international air travel between Canada and the United States. There shouldn't be international travel between Canada, the United States, and Europe. Shut it down. I'm hoping that the allies will ally up and shut it all down and go into a lockdown. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm hoping it'll go that far, because this is out of control. This isn't a pandemic. This is an absolute disaster, a humanitarian disaster of epic proportions, and no one is in charge. It is absolutely disgraceful. But it is what it is. The vaccines are out. They're being distributed now. Every day that goes by, within about a week from now, you're going to get bored about watching vaccine stories, because you saw them all today, people getting the needle. This is going to become very boring, because billions of people are going to get these now. And it's going to take 6 months to a year to get it done. No travel on cruise ships, no travel on airplanes. The hope is without a vaccine, no international travel. This is just my hope. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Cruises, when will they restart? I have another suspicion. Cruise ships are going to have to spend between $5 and $50 million per ship to get them recertified for health reasons. Cruise lines are broke. they're going to have to go back to their stock market followers and beg for money. Cruise lines used to be able to just go to the bankers in Wall Street and say, I need $1 billion. I'm prepared to pay 6% interest for 5 years. Give me $1 billion. Bankers a week later go, here you go. The paperwork took longer than raising the money. That's over. Every bond that has been issued by a cruise line ever, I don't care about a bond that was issued 4 years ago and has a year to go, bonds being issued today or were issued 3 months ago, any bond ever issued by a cruise line that is out there, they're all junk bonds. They've all been ranked junk by the rating agencies, because the rating agencies, they tell it like it is. What's going on? The cruise lines have billions in debt and no money coming in the front door. Hard to make payments to the creditors when you have no cash coming in. The only way the cruise lines are paying off their creditors is by raising more cash. So as long as you keep raising cash, you can pay bankers, but you're raising more cash from bankers to pay bankers. So it's a Ponzi scheme. You're raising money from the next guy to pay off the old guy. That's what's been going on all year long. It's okay. It's legal. It's okay to do that as long as bankers are willing to lend. They stopped wanting to do that about 2 months ago. Bankers kind of went, why don't you just issue stock? Because public companies have this ability to just keep raising money from potential new investors by selling share certificates from their treasuries. They just create new stock and add it to the stock that's already outstanding, go to stockbrokers and have them sell it to new customers. The big three cruise lines lately have come up with a new game. This is not a new game as far as the market's concerned. This is just a new game for them. They've gone to stockbrokers and to the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, filing documents saying, we're going to raise $1 billion in fresh cash by issuing stock from our treasury at the market. Now, what does that mean? In the past, a company who wants to raise money from investors would go to stockbrokers and say, we want to raise $500 million of additional cash, grow our business. This is what we want to do. We want to, build a factory over here. We want to do a new thing over there. And the rest of the money will just go into general corporate purposes. And then the broker and the company will go, okay, well, what's your stock been doing the last year, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months? Oh, your shares are trading between $28 and $32 a share. Okay, well, we'll do a stock offering. The brokers will say, we'll do a stock offering for you, and we'll call our biggest clients, our mutual fund clients, our pension fund clients, our index fund clients, all our big boys and girls, and we'll find this money for you. And let's do this at $26.50, a little lower than where you've been trading lately, but around $26.50 a share. We'll do a locked-in deal at $26.50. They make the phone calls, they talk to fund managers, and they cobblestone together interest, because they'll say to them, the stock's trading at $27, $28 a share. We're kind of looking at a $26.50 thing. They want to raise money for this, this, and this. And the pension fund managers would say, I'll throw $5 million in on that. I'll throw in $5 million, $2 million, $6 million, $8 million, $5 million, $1 million. And the brokerage firms, through thousands of contacts, raise this money. And it might be just in the US only, or it might be beyond, but usually it's within the US. They come back to the company and say, good news, that $500 million you wanted to raise, we got it. We have interest for the deal at $26.50. It's a done deal. This is a bought deal, B-O-T, bought deal. So we go to the Securities and Exchange Commission. We announce to them, the company announces that we want to do a stock offering at $26.50 share for these amount of shares, for this amount of money, per share, this much money. And all these brokerage firms are sponsors of the deal, and it's a done deal. And the Securities Exchange Commission goes, stamp of approval, give us 10 grand for filing fees, you're good to go. And the lawyers made a lot of money, the accountants made a lot of money, the stockbrokers made a lot of money, everybody got their fees, and the company really only got about $25.50 a share net, because they had to sell it at $26.50, but it's $1 a share cost to issue the dang thing. But they got the money. Today, cruise lines are going to the brokerage firms saying, we need to raise money. Brokerage firms are saying, I don't know what I can get for you on this stock. I don't know what the price I can get, because your shares are they're not as high as they used to be, but they're not as low as they were in March, but they're kind of in here right now. Let's do an at-the-market deal for whatever you need. So the Carnival's going great, or Royal Caribbean, or Norwegian. We want $1 billion, $2 billion, whatever the amount is. We'll do an at-the-market offering of stock. They've got their brokerage firms all lined up, But now the brokerage firms are making the phone calls after the deal is announced, and now they're trying to sell the stock to investors, be it institutional buyers or individual buyers. Every stockbroker who's employed by these guys are picking up the phone and calling their favorite clients saying, hey, you want to buy 1,000 shares of Royal Caribbean? You want to buy 1,000 shares of this? And it's an at-the-market deal, whatever the stock's trading at. So the cruise lines are trying to sell into the strength of the market stock from their treasury to raise cash. It's money they don't have to pay interest on. This is money they get to keep and not pay interest on this money. It's stock. They're just issuing stock. The problem is that if you're a shareholder now of a cruise line and the cruise line that you own stock in is starting to issue stock from the treasury over here, you're getting diluted. Every new share that's going out there means there's another share trading all over the place. And what does that mean in the long run? If this company starts making money down the road, and you want to know how much money per share does this company make, earnings per share, you take the total earnings divided by the number of shares outstanding, and you come out with an earnings per share. Well, if there are more shares out there 2 years from now than there were 2 years ago, and the earnings are $1 billion 2 years ago, and you're making $2 billion 2 years from now, you got to take the $1 billion in earnings and divide it into more shares. The earnings per share is less. There are more shares to divide the money into. And that means shares trade on the stock markets on a per earnings basis. It might be a 10 times earnings. So if the company earns $1 a share in profit, it trades at 10 times earnings, it trades at $10. If it earns $4 a share in profit, it trades at 10 times earnings, that's a $40 stock. There's a lot of stockbrokers and stock analysts and pension fund analysts and pension fund managers and index fund managers who watch the PE multiple, the price earnings multiple of a stock. That tells them whether they should be in it or out, or should they get in or not get in, or stay out or stay in. PE multiples are everything to money managers. And going forward, all three cruise lines have issued millions of new shares, tens of millions of new shares, and they've diluted their shareholders dramatically. And so even if they go back to where they were 2 years ago and make the kind of money they made in 19 and 2018 and 2017, the problem is that at that time, for example, a year ago, Royal Caribbean was trading at $135 a share. They were making so much money a share to justify that stock price. Today, if that stock is to go to 135 again, they'd have to make much more money than they made a year ago. Much more money. But they can't make much more money. They can't make a dime right now. They can't bring anybody on board. When they do get people on board, it'll be at 50% capacity. They're never going to make that kind of money for another 5 years. Even if they make the amount of money they made in 2018-19, by the time 2022, 23, 24, 25 comes around, you divide that profit by those number of shares outstanding at that time, the shares might be worth $60 a share. Yet they're making just as much money as they used to make, gross. But on a per share basis, there's that many more shares outstanding. The numbers earned per share are much, much less, and the stock is only worth $65 a share or so. Today, the shares are still trading in the mid 70s. They were 85 last week. We got a problem, Houston. We got a big problem. In any event, markets are emotional. People trade stock on future potential. They don't trade stock on what the company made last week. They trade stock on what they think the company's going to make next year or 6 months from now or 2 years from now. Some people go 5 years from now. 5 years ago, people were buying and selling shares of Amazon at prices that didn't justify Amazon's stock price at all. You took all the assets of Amazon 5 years ago, divvied it out, figured out what was all worth, divided it by all the shares outstanding, and the shares are trading at a much higher price than what the company was worth. But people didn't care because they were saying 5 years from now, Amazon's going to be making a lot more money because they're building distribution centers all over the USA and the world, and more people will shop online. And I'm buying into a company that's growing. See? Well, today, Amazon stock trades at a very high price. But the question now is, will it be 5 times, will it be 2 times bigger, 4 times bigger than it is today in 5 years from now again? That's the question. And so Amazon stock traded at a premium. Cruise shares today are trading at a premium because some people out there, enough, are saying, well, once the vaccine is out, everyone will get their 2 shots and then we can go cruising again. We can take the mask and throw it away and we can have 108% capacity on the cruise ships like we used to have just 8 months ago, 108% capacity. We'll go back to that. Cruise lines are bringing all kinds of money because of the pent up need to go traveling. And the cruise ships will go back to 135 for Carnival. I'll pay $85 for Carnival, for Royal Caribbean. I'll pay $85 for Royal Caribbean right now because it's going back to 135. People are willing to risk $85 to make a $50 profit at 135 when the stock has no chance of ever justifying that price for the future for a long, long time. They have a 90% chance of the stock going back to 50 and a 1% chance to go to 135. There's just no way. In any event, there is the snapshot of what's going on in the market today and with the stocks of the cruise lines. But the same is for the airlines. The same is being said for the hotel operators, rental cars. Avis is bankrupt. No, Hertz is bankrupt. They're Chapter 11. They didn't last a month of the virus. They didn't last a month. They were in bad shape going in. The virus finished them off financially. I sense that a full-blown lockdown coming up, and if the CDC goes through with it, and the FAA steps up and shuts down travel like it's supposed to, you're going to have bankruptcies all over the place. It's just the way it is. But don't worry. You'll be able to fly down the road. It'll just be with a different company. It'll be with a reorganized company. Remember the car companies? General Motors went bankrupt. They reorganized. Your GM dealer is still in your hometown. Chrysler had issues. Ford's had issues back and forth. Some companies went under, some didn't. We're all here. We're not going anywhere. So there will be bankruptcies. There will be reorganizations. But this virus is winning. And that's the problem. And the allies have got to get together to defeat this virus as a unified force, because the virus is not any one country, not any one ideology. It's not, no one border can save you. It is a virus that is just looking for human hosts in which to thrive and survive. And that's what's going on. And this is the only way to defeat it. The vaccine will go a long way. Yes, it'll help, but it's not the only solution. Anti-vaxxers, there's a problem. Poor countries, that's a problem. The G20, the G40, the top countries of the world are going to have to spend billions of dollars to inoculate the rest of the planet, to eradicate it. How many cases a day will it take for the cruise lines to be able to sail again? When will the CDC say, we're lifting the no sail order? This morning, when I was thinking about this, I thought, wow, we've had 200,000 cases a day lately in the USA. I was thinking, the first thought I had was, well, if we could get down to 10,000 cases a day, this would be great. And then I thought, what are you talking about, Bruce? 10,000 cases a day of a deadly virus? There's no way the CDC is going to lift the no sail order if we get back to 10,000 cases a day. I remember when we got to 10,000 cases a day, that was already an unmitigated disaster. I remember when we hit 1,000 cases a day, that was an unmitigated disaster. I suspect that the CDC might lift the no sail order if we have less than 100 cases a day in the US. That's the new normal coming up, kids. That's my personal opinion. Again, it's just me. I'm just spitballing here, but I think it's going to take that kind of a defeat of this virus. And it isn't like one day under 100, we're good to go. Oh, no. I think 3 solid months, 90 straight days of less than 100 a day before we see this happening. This is normal. This has to be a return to the normal. And folks, we are so out of normal in every area of our lives that we just forget just what it was like. Hence, I come back to the All the President's Men movie. What was normal in 1972, 3, and 4? Watch the movie. Look at people calling people on telephones with rotary dials. And they were all smartly dressed. We all had cars. We could all go to restaurants. We could get on airplanes and fly all over the world. That was normal. No email, no texting, no nada, no internet, and yet the world functioned. As a matter of fact, mankind had stopped landing on the moon by the time Richard Nixon walked out of the White House for the last time. He was gone in 75. Mankind hadn't landed on the moon since 72. It's been 48 years since man walked on the surface of the moon. The kind of telephones we were using in 1972, you can't get them anymore. They don't work in your house anymore. The kind of televisions we were watching in 1972 don't exist anymore. They're in landfills. Even landfills don't want them. They're in landfills. The kind of cars we drove in 72 don't work. They're difficult to get licensed. They're difficult to get passed for safety checks these days. They're collectibles if they're anything. The normal, what it was, what it is, what it's going to be. Our new normal for the next 2 years, 3 years, we're going to try to get back to 2019. That's what we're going to try to get back to, 2019. It's going to take us years. And I don't see a lot of normal coming back for a while yet. Other things that I predicted, changes. I was talking about how going forward, our world will become much different. It'll become much more what we call contactless. The new contactless world is what's coming our way. What do I mean by that? Well, when you go on a cruise, a holiday, you're going to need one of these. You're going to have one of these. You're going to have to have one of these. You're going to have an iPad because when you reserve a cruise a year from now, 2 years from now, it'll be done through the internet. It'll be done through your travel agent, of course. But you're going to do it through something like this. And you're going to be given your reservation number, and it'll have a link, and you'll hit the link, and that will take you into the reservation that you've just made. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to hold your phone in front of you like this. And you're going to take a photo of yourself. And then you're going to hit another button that's going to allow you to record your voice. And you're going to do a 10-second recording. And it'll give you a little thing to talk. It'll give you a little script to read. And it'll say, hi, this is Bruce here from cabin 11404. I'd like to order room service. Something like that. They give you a little script to read. And you're going to record your voice. And it's going to record your face, a moving face. And this will go into the system with your cruise line. And this will be going into your system going forward. Similar thing you're going to do every time you reserve an airplane ticket through American Airlines. You're going to register in. You're going to become a frequent flyer with Southwest or United or whoever you're going to use. You're going to do exactly that to make your plane reservations. You're going to do exactly that when you rent a car. You're going to have your Avis rent-a-car frequent renter program. This is how you're going to rent a car. This is how you're going to get your hotel. Before you leave your house, this is everything you're going to do. You're going to set this all up. And every time you use Hilton Hotels or Avis Rent-A-Car, Dollar Rent-A-Car, whoever you're using, whatever airline you're using, whatever cruise ship you're going on, you're going to do this. And you're going to re-register again and again and again because everything is going touchless. And when you get to the airport, and if you're using an Uber driver, it's touchless. You're going to get to the airport, and you're going to bring your suitcase to a TSA official, and everything's going to be on this phone. It's all going to be pre-registered. You're not even going to see an agent for checking in anymore. You're going to go through security, but it's going to be a lot of touchless security. You're going to get to your gate. You've already reserved your seats done. We do this now, but it's just normal for everything. You're going to get to where you're going and get your baggage. You're going to go to your car rental counter. You're not even going to the car rental counter. You're just going to go to the car rental area where the cars are. You might be in certain airports, you have to get outside with your luggage and get on a bus. That'll take you to your car rental. You'll get to the car rental center, and you'll just scan your phone on the monitor there, and it'll tell you to go to spot S14. Your car is waiting for you there. You already know the car you're getting. You picked it. There's no surprise. Like, oh, what car am I getting when I get to Miami? No, you've already figured it. They're telling you you're getting the Ford whatever or the Chevy whatever. You've already got it. You've seen a picture of the car. You're going to do a walk around with the car. You're going to video it. when you walk around the car. They're going to tell you to do that to make sure that you can see any dents and scratches on the car now. So when you bring it back, you're going to do a walk around the car to uncheck the car so that you don't get dinged for any damage to the vehicle. This is the new normal, all touchless. The key, if there is a key, it's going to be, again, tied to your phone. You're just going to hit the button to start the car. That's it. And you're on your way. You're going to get to the hotel. There might not be a check-in person at the check-in desk. It might well be, again, touchless, personless. You're going to get your room number. They're going to tell you your room number. You're going to get there, and your phone will automatically open it for you. Welcome to the new world. When you get on your ship, you get to the ship to embark on the ship. It'll be touchless. It'll be seamless. You'll go through security. The only reason anyone will touch you is if you're trying to smuggle a couple of Mickeys on board. Other than that, it's touchless. It's all prearranged. You're going to be in groups of 4, 5, 7 at a time. The phone will tell you it's time for you to board the ship. Come on down here to the gangplank and get on the board. Get on board. And it's all scanned all the way. You'll already been sent your medallion. You're now just using your medallion to get on the ship. You're going to go to your room when they tell you to. Again, your phone will tell you you can get in your room in 34 minutes and 48 seconds. That's when you can go to your room. In the meantime, walk the ship and enjoy yourself. You want to reserve, especially restaurants, you do it off your phone on the pool deck or wherever you want to walk to. You don't see anyone. You don't go anywhere. You just have everything on the screen. You can pick your table. What table do you want? It's all here. It's all here. You want seats for the show tonight, tomorrow night, the night after? Pick the seats you want in the entire theater. You want to be on an upper deck? Click this button over here. We'll show you what seats are available. This is all being done here, touchless. You get to your room. You want ice brought into your room by the room steward. You want the fridge removed of all stuff and only your stuff in the fridge. You'll touch your phone and your TV will come on and you will give voice commands. You will ask for ice. The room temperature is too warm. You want the air conditioner on a little more. You'll tell the room, what temperature is the room? 76 degrees, sir. Can I make it? Please make it 74. Yes, we'll make it 74 degrees. It's all voice command, touchless. There are no knobs in the room for you to touch for your air conditioning. There are no knobs to touch. You'll open your fridge. Yeah, you'll open your fridge. But you can use a hand towel to touch it if you want. Everything will be automatic. You'll reserve, you'll order drinks, room service, voice command. Your medallion you'll pay for it. The staff will bring the stuff to your room, but they'll leave it there, and then you just scan the scanner, and off they go. It's more and more less human touch for even after the vaccine. This is after the vaccine. This is not because of or before. This is after. This is the way it's going to be. Complete touchless voice command futures. And I don't know what the future holds for how many people are allowed in the hot tub. I don't know if you'll need to wear a mask on board the cruise ship after vaccine or not. It might be the first year or two. You still need to wear masks. I don't know. It could be. Could well be you need to wear masks when you're in public areas. It'll be masks when you go into the spa areas. The spa areas may or may not have limits as to how many people can be in there. Again, cruise ships may have limits for the first year or two after vaccines have been distributed. There's a lot of changes coming. And for the crews, they need to be vaccinated before they can be on the ships to allow to work on ships. This is going to cost cruise lines zillions, millions of dollars to get this arranged. This is the future that I predict is coming. And a lot of it is happening in 2021 at light speed. A lot of this is going to happen at unbelievable speed that you and I will not believe. And some of us who haven't been on cruises now for a couple of years, we're going to take our next cruise and we're not going to recognize a lot of what's going on. We're just going to be blown away. We can't believe it. But a lot of cruise ships are not able to be utilized in this manner going forward when the green light is given. And so cruise lines are going to need to raise cash to get ships into dry dock to install voiceless systems, or voice systems, touchless systems. They're going to need to spend millions of dollars to make everything touchless and voice command eligible. And there are other changes coming. You've probably heard by now, if you're really into the cruise game like I am, you've heard about the Congress passing new rules for cruise lines in the Defense Act. It used to be in the old days, Congress would pass a bill Senate would approve it, President would sign it, and the Defense Act would be about defense. Not anymore. The Defense Act included a bunch of overrides. You know those overrides that politicians promised to eliminate? They're back, and now we have overrides for cruise ship safety overrides. Cameras must be installed in all public areas of cruise ships over the next 5 years. That means everywhere but your cabin. And you're now going to be on camera anywhere on a cruise ship, in a hallway, in a lobby, in an elevator, going up and down stairs, anywhere you could reasonably be expected to be in a public area, you are on camera. And because you've got that medallion on you, or you got your phone with you, you're being tracked. Forget about privacy on a cruise ship. There will be none. Guarantee this is coming on to hotel properties eventually. It will be at resorts eventually. It'll be at Disneyland and Universal, if not already. Eventually, it'll be everywhere. Big Brother is going to be watching all of us on an ongoing basis going forward. It'll become part of the new normal. Doctors on board cruise ships, another thing passed inside the Defense Act. Doctors, licensed doctors, must be on board all cruise ships. Now, a lot of cruise ships have got doctors on board already, but what I don't know yet, and what I'm trying to find out for sure, is this new legislation. Will this mean that the doctor on board a cruise ship that departs U.S. waters going forward must be licensed in the country of the United States or the state of departure of that cruise line? So, for example, if it's a cruise out of Miami coming back to Miami, must the doctor be Miami board certified, Florida board certified? Because up until now, cruise lines have been hiring doctors from around the world to be on their ships. And when you're a passenger on a cruise ship and you twist your ankle or hurt yourself, cut yourself, you go down to the medical center. You don't know where the doctor came from. You have no idea the doctor's background. You have no idea of the doctor's experience. Going forward, the wonder is, will cruise lines have to divulge to all passengers the qualifications of the doctor on board your ship? Now, I know that the CDC wants to greatly upgrade the medical people on board cruise ships. This has been a wish and hope of theirs for years. There have been nothing but horror stories, many horror stories that I have issued on my channel and other YouTubers have issued on their channels, where passengers have gone on ships, a traveling companion, a husband, a wife, a child has gotten ill, and they've gone to the medical center and they've gotten what they feel is improper medical treatment. In some cases, treatment was the wrong treatment and the passengers got even worse off. In other cases, passengers have passed away. And there have been many a court case in Florida and other states where cruise ships have come and gone, where passengers have been battling with the cruise lines for compensation because of medical malpractice. Going forward, I'm not sure what this new rule is. I don't know whether the cruise ship lobbyists have been able to keep back from this legislation the requirement that ships' doctors must be board certified in the states that they sail in and out of. My guess is they are fighting not to allow it, to make it not mandatory, to allow the cruise lines to decide themselves where the doctors come from. That's my personal guess, because that's been the status all the way along the road so far. They're trying to bring in doctors on the cheap and charge premium prices to you and I when we go on a cruise ship. Cruise medical facilities in the last 10 years have become profit centers. Don't believe it? Watch some of my videos or other videos from cruisers over the last 5 years. People have gone to medical centers not feeling well. They've been given intravenous, they've been given an aspirin, and they've been given a bill for $2,000. Doctor facilities, medical facilities on cruise ships have become big-time profit centers for cruise lines. And the question I have is, under this new legislation where the doctor has to be on board, is this still an ability, is this still set up for the cruise lines to make a big buck from it? Is this still the deal? If you're a passenger going on a cruise ship down the road, the next cruise you take, if you do not have medical insurance, travel interruption insurance, medical evacuation insurance. If you don't have all this built in with a very low deductible, you are asking for a financial disaster that could befall you at any time. Because again, you're dealing with companies that are not American based. These are international corporations that are not USA based. You have no rights on board an international cruise to go after a cruise line, to demand certain services that you would demand from a Holiday Inn in Miami, or you would demand from a hospital in Miami. You're on a cruise ship and you are absolutely at their mercy with respect to the kind of service you're going to get, the kind of treatment you're going to get, and or the remedies that are at your disposal for compensation. And without insurance to cover you for a lot of this, you have a blank check medical problem on board a cruise ship. Now, if you're 35 and healthy as a horse, you're not going to care. You're going to go, oh, I'm good, I'm covered, I'm strong, I'm young. But if you're 65 and 70 and 75 and 80 and you're going on cruise and you've got medical issues, you are taking your entire financial health on board that ship and you're risking it in one possible moment of time. The evidence is clear. So again, I don't know how this is going to go. Like I said, the Congress has passed it. There's a law coming. The president's about to have to sign it because he can't veto it now. Doctors are going to be made mandatory on board cruise ships, and cameras in public areas are going to be mandatory on cruise ships. But the cruise lines have 5 years to install the cameras. I don't know how long they have for the doctor side of it. I still have to dig that up. These are some of the changes coming our way going forward. I would love to know what you think. I'll do the best I can to react to some of your comments. Please keep them PG rated. But again, thank you for joining me today and listening to this one man's personal opinion on what he thinks is going to happen to cruise lines and to cruisers going forward for 2021 and beyond. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know. And again, if you like what I do, please throw thumbs ups my way on these shows, on my broadcast. Leave a comment. Those help. Any kind of comment helps. If I kind of prefer happy ones, but whatever. If you disagree, respectfully do so. Don't mind that a bit. I try to react as much as I can to comments. And again, thank you for following me, subscribing to my channel, becoming sponsor members of this channel, and thank you for donations to this channel through my PayPal link. I do appreciate it very much. It all helps keep us on the air here. There you go. Those are my thoughts today. Jeff is here. He came in, one of the first comments. Rain and snow mix today in northern New Jersey. Big storm with 12 inches of snow predicted for Wednesday. Would rather be in the Southern Caribbean on a nice 12-night cruise. Not soon enough. I'm here. I'm with you there, buddy. I am with you. Louise, I could not get access to my show tonight. We were having technical problems with our sponsor show. We're hoping that YouTube gets its act together because it's certainly nothing that I'm doing that's doing it, but we don't know. Ken, greetings, Bruce, and all from Janet and Ken in Saginaw, Michigan. It's 25 degrees and dropping. Still no accumulating snow. The storms missed us. A gas is $1.94. I want to say thank you to Ken and Janet, because they send me postcards all the time. They send me postcards. They send me notes all the time. They made a suggestion that I thought was pretty cool. They were saying, hey, how about allowing viewers to send you trivia questions that you could then give to your viewers? I think that's a wonderful idea. I'm going to look into that. They asked me about, they gave me a trivia question. The question was, what year was aluminum foil created? Does anyone know the answer to that question without looking it up? Does anyone know what year aluminum foil was created? I would love to know that myself. They didn't send me the answer. I don't see the answer here, but they're here. Make your best guess, and Ken and Janet, you can send the answer to us anytime. If you would like to send me a postcard or a greeting card, or you'd like to send a gift card to Jennifer and I, or a cash donation, but you want to do it through the mail, we have an address that you can send items to if you'd like to, and we would be happy to receive them. Here it is right here. You can send a letter to me, a postcard, Bruce Farmer at P.O. Box 941 Creston, British Columbia, Canada, VOB1GO. This information will be below in the description of this video after I get it up and posted. You'll find this information on any of my videos in the description below my videos. This address is always available, and I thank you. This is the donate button for PayPal if you want to make a donation to this channel. 96 to 98% of any funds that you send to that address comes to Jennifer and I instantaneously. It's automatically in our PayPal account. We can go to a bank machine the next day and get our hands on it if we needed it. And we thank you. Any donation that you make to us through PayPal, through Super Chats here at YouTube, we only get paid once a month. The 21st of each month, we get paid for the month before. So if you're making a donation today on Super Chat, I will receive that on the 21st of January, 2021. If you make a PayPal donation tonight, I have it tomorrow. And with Super Chat, we get 70%. With PayPal, we get 96 to 98%. So we love PayPal donations. Again, any PayPal donation, 10 American or more, one of these is coming your way. Just send us a donation with your address. We'll send you this postcard anywhere in the world. Thank you, all of you, for your kind support of this YouTuber. I really, really appreciate it. All right, let's get back to the comments. Let's see here. Thank you, Ken and Janet. Michelle Bruce, how are you doing? I'm great. Rob Slevin, I also did not have any way to connect for your show. Sylvan is in the house. Hi, Bruce and all. I did not get access to your show. Either I would love brighten my day. I expect to go home tomorrow. I hope it happens. Sylvan is in the hospital, has been in the hospital for the last week for the second time now. I'm hoping he gets out too. Sylvan, I hope you get home. Kirk, Rob, it was a journey getting to the sponsor hangout show. Tom, Robson, I didn't either. I had to click the channel, then on Perks, found the link. We were having issues today. Rob, I could not get on via computer. Left a message to Bruce on Facebook. Not sure he got it. We did. We tried to send you a link, but we were having trouble getting the link to work. I got here 25 minutes late, says Kirk. Tom, hi, Sylvan. Hawaii cruise. It's going to get interesting. Will it happen or not? We don't know. Rob, hi, Sylvan. Sorry to hear you're still apparently not home yet. I hope you get home soon. Rocco Grasso, thank you for your PayPal donation. It just popped up on my iPhone. I just saw it picking up. Thank you so much for yet another donation to my channel. Some of you are repeat offenders, and I love you guys. Thank you. All of you making a first ever donation or a multiple, I thank you so much. Alrighty, Kirk is in the house. Jeannie is in the house from East Tennessee. Welcome, guys. Rebecca, any notifications for the member sponsor show? Again, we're trying to figure out what YouTube is up to right now. They're having issues. Wes, hello, TW family here in New Braunfels. It's 48 degrees. Welcome, Wes. Sylvan Forest, Tom Henry, please email me. There are new developments in my life, but I still dream of Hawaii. Ron Clark, YouTube was blocking this. He's saying, Tim, greetings from a damp and dark Seattle. It's low 40s right here. Rob Slevin, apparently Bruce instituted social distancing on a sponsor member show today. I'm sorry about that. A bunch of my comments just disappeared because I can't get my software to hold the comments long enough. So I'm going to be moving quite a bit forward here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Karen Price, Rose, wow, a long time trying to sell resorts. Lance, they're saying no international travel until late next year, maybe here in Australia as well. You need to be vaccinated in Australia. David C., look at the stupid people commenting on your site. They are saying that you are negative. These are the same people that believe the earth is flat and Trump won the election. Steaming Bean, just wear my mask and wash my hands, and I'm hoping for the best. Rose, I think resorts are a good option. Karen. Louise, I could not resist listening to you. A very interesting show, even if I'm supposed to be watching Below Deck with Jerry right now. Janie, hi, Bruce. Qantas have told our government, Qantas, that's the airline for Australia, they will require a vaccine for travel on their airline, and Australia has about 10 cases today for the country, a sign of things to come, perhaps. Andrew Cabate, hi, Bruce. Hi, Andrew. Jack Weiss, I don't think FAA has jurisdictions over passengers. Jess Jane, the vaccine distribution was exciting to watch today. Thank God there's a protection now for our healthcare workers and the rest of us soon to come. Thank goodness. Wes Morrison here in New Braunfels, the infection rate is 30%. The residents are not taking this virus seriously. They're going to die. Michael X, Louise, favorite Below Deck. Jess Jane, I commend Bruce for having the courage to speak the truth. Thank you. Foxy, sorry if this is an irritating or bad question, Bruce, but can you see if cruises happening again in your lifetime? Yes, of course, I do, but it'll be 2021, late 2022. CV, the FDA has still not approved the vaccine. They just approved it for emergency use. I'll wait. Lance, I won't cruise again until maybe 22, 23. Karen, I am scared to take the vaccine. Rose, me too, Karen. Michael, Karen, me too. Rose, I will wait on it. Foxy, can you see the restrictions being lifted? Yes, I can. Lance, I'm hoping Fiji will join Bubble next year. I'm normally there every Christmas. Janie, I feel the same. Karen, Billy, the only way I'll take the vaccine if it's mandatory to get on a cruise ship. Karen, not sure of the side effects. Jack, 78 years, I will take the vaccine. Just waiting for the approval from my chemo doctor and the Veterans Administration. Right on. Let's see here. Karen, Billy, that might be what we do. We miss cruising. Lance, bring on the vaccine. I'll be taking it ASAP. Ron, yep, done. We hope. Billy, Karen, I'm getting ready to go on a 2x4 with a bologna sandwich, laughing out loud. Don Massey, bring on the vaccine. I'll be taking it ASAP. Karen, heard from a medical person yesterday that some cannot take it if they have certain allergies, one being shellfish. Michael X, Billy, laughing out loud. Foxy, I don't really intend to go on a cruise until 2025. If they'll be running at that point, hopefully they'll run in my lifetime since I've never been on a cruise before. Karen, love it. Billy, Lori puts, I will take the vaccine as soon as it's available. I want to see my kids, more safe time with elderly parents, see the world and just breathe again. Glad when this year is over. Lori, I'm with you. I'm going to take the vaccine the minute I can. Ron, so easy to talk about this like it's not people. Truck and travel made 14,000 on cruise stock today. Way to go. Nathan, I ain't taking no vaccine. I'm young and healthy. I'll take my 99.96% chance at survival. I hate needles. Good luck to you, Nathan. Karen, vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID, just less severe. SLGC met Sharon, I am so getting the vaccine as soon as I can. Like Nathan, I also hate needles, but I hate ventilators and serious COVID complications even more. Karen, Ron, I understand your statement. Know people that had the virus and some have died. Jess Jane, Bruce is very knowledgeable. Thank you for all the great information on the cruise business. Thank you, Jess. Foxy, I don't really see cruises going back to 100% capacity until 2022. Just my opinion, but I'm sorry for expressing negativity. It's okay, guy. You're good. Michael X, Karen, the virus is bad. My sister-in-law and RN died December. Tomorrow is her funeral. Very sorry to hear that. Foxy, I generally have given people hope for things, but because of several months of COVID, it's been quite a black hole. Sorry, Bruce, you were too much of a good friend to be negative too. Lance, great info, Bruce. David Guido, Bruce is the best, but he needs to bring his wife in as well. On the other channels, they have their wife like Tony and Jenny, Josh, and his mom. And, hey, Sharon at Sea gets a kid involved. Jennifer will not appear on camera. She's not interested in being on camera. Karen, sorry, Michael. I guess I know it's bad. Rebecca, Michael X, so sorry for your loss. Michael, thank you so much. Irene, miss you, Bruce, says Irene. Ron, yeah, Detroit is fine. Really, Flint, Paper City Gamer. I got NCL at $9. I sold at 25. Took my money and I ran. Well done. James, I truly believe the cruise industry has been targeted by the CDC. Help is on the way. I promise they're not being targeted. They're just trying to protect us. Jack, Paper City Gift Gem, same here. Mermaid is here. Hi, Lance Ross. I agree, Bruce. The world needs to get together and work at this together. We need an allied response. Paper City Gamer. Detroit's going back down. Biden will open Mexican teas back up and cars will be made in Mexico again. Ron Clark, it's it's Mermaid. David, let's hope that when the cruise lines recognize, we'll be rid of Darnell Arnold and Christine Duffy and Big Mouth Frank Del Rio. They're not the problem, folks. They're not the problem at all. They're not the issue. It's the virus. It's the virus. James, if America had a leader this past year, ships would be sailing. Patty, 90 days of less than 100 cases a day is the USA is unrealistic, even in Canada. Patty, it's normal. We have to get back to normal. Paper vaccines got delivered in Massachusetts today. That's good news. Jack Weiss, sorry, Bruce, rotary phones do work. Oh, that's good to hear. In many places in the world, you can't use rotary phones anymore. The analog doesn't work, but hey, if it works where you are, great stuff. Paper City Gamer, then need to open cruising in April. They can't wait for cases to go away. Once there's enough vaccines for everyone, then they need to open. Truck and travel, not gonna get a vaccine for something that has a 99% for survival rate. Sorry, if I can't cruise, fine. Can't fly, okay, I can still go to that beach. or a park. I've got an RV. I'm good. It's all good for you. It's good. Kirk, I'm daydreaming about 2018 cruise on the Gem, packed to the rafters on sail away. But oh, that was so much fun. Billy, if a rotary phone was good enough for your father and me, it's good enough for you. Laughing out loud. Paper City Gamer. Okay, half of the population will take them. They shouldn't make people get them. Billy, I love that old commercial. Jack, I should say that rotary phones work on standard landlines. They probably don't work on internet connections. Yeah, you're probably right. Ron, wow, a very long rant today. Patty, keep putting your fingers in your ears and not cleaning your fingers and touching everything. Not very sanitary, Bruce. I wash, I do shower, I shave, but I get itchy and I touch myself, what can I say? It's all good. Karen Price, Big Brother, now watching big time. Rebecca, well, I guess that will do away with the special treatment you receive for being platinum on the ship. You have to do all yourself by your phone. Yeah, Space Force Cooks, Big Brother has always been watching. Steaming Bean, touchless security at the airport. I like being prodded and poked. Donna, how very, very sad. Billy, laughing out loud. Michael, Donna Harrison, true. Karen, Space Force Cook, you are right. Going to the deeper into our lives. Rebecca, Patty, not very sanitary. He's on his own home. Laugh out loud. Who does that to his own home? Billy Farron, can I touch my wife? Subash, hello, sir. Hello, Subash. Patty, Rebecca, it has been my experience that people do stuff outside their home that they do in their home. What happens if someone wants to shake their hands? It's so gross. Ron Clark, self-driving rascal scooters. Ron Clark, and he's gone. Billy Farron, going to bring phone sex to a brand new meeting. Oh my goodness. Kirk Bronson, I believe Bruce might be right, but for an aging population on a cruise ship, will probably turn off too many people. Rebecca, Patty, nobody shakes hands anymore. And we do the fist pump. We do this. You know that when we get into a store, we have to use those hand sanitizers, and then we just do fist bumps. I don't know. Again, folks, it's a new normal now. It's going to be a new normal shortly. I'm sure in the past he did. Also picked his ears too. Laugh out loud. Doran Clark. Rebecca Ryman makes it easier to meet his ex-new friend. Ratty habits die hard. Rebecca, Patty, he looks and seems like a pretty clean guy to me. And a lot of older folks, I'm sure, would agree. They're talking about my hygiene. Space Force Cooks. A question, if the CDC does extend the ban 6 to 12 months and cruise lines will require the vaccine, why would cruise lines need to spend money on touchless upgrades? See, this is the new normal coming because there'll be a new virus. There'll be another virus. This isn't the last ever virus. There'll be colds, there'll be flus, there'll be versions of this virus coming out, second version, a third version, a fourth version. It ain't over. It'll never be over. We've got to move forward with more protection and more spacing, I suppose. I guess that's what that means. Billy, Bruce's show is so long, I've run out of Pepsi. I'm now drinking root beer. Does anybody have any ice cream? Ron Clark, wow, that was very rude about the doctors. Patty, Bruce certainly has a cult following here. He could pick his nose and no one would mind. Rebecca Reimer, Ron, oh my, Ron, there are too many good doctors on board. Rebecca, oh, Patty, I'm sure people will mind if it's truly, if your nose itches, you have to itch it. He's not a digger. Well, you should see me off camera. Fitzroy. Hi, Bruce. Greetings from Grenada. Bless it up in Grenada. We welcome to Grenada. Welcome from Grenada. Space Force Cooks. With the U.S. doctor requirement, I'm guessing the CDC wants them so they can yank their license if they mess up. Steamer, cruise, medical facilities ain't as overpriced as buying art. They're not as bad as buying art on a ship. Peter Senento. Hello from Trinidad and Tobago. Peter, welcome and thank you for joining me from the Caribbean. Patty, what the heck is this tonight, Bruce? The minuses giving you a hard time because the Steelers lost again. What can I say? Ron Clark, well, I agree that there is a profit to be made from the medical on board, but suggesting only American doctors are qualified is so insulting. I'm just saying. It might be state certified from where they go from. I'm just saying. Jack Wise, presidential veto is still possible. John Weir, Bruce, 56 minutes. Have always loved your show. You should have Mr. Trudeau as a guest co-host next week. Yes, I'll just call the Prime Minister's office. And as a YouTuber with 61,000 people, I'll call the office and say, hey, Mr. Prime Minister, country of 36 million people, would you like to be my co-host on this show next week to 96 people who are watching right now? And 45 thumbs up, 60 thumbs up, 70 thumbs up. Would you like to join me for an hour and a half good luck with that? They're not even going to take my call. They'll probably send someone over to talk to me about the call. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh my goodness. Irene, Bruce, don't think I'll ever cruise again. Cruise ships scare me. Elijah Bullis, I live 30 minutes from Miami. I will take multiple vaccines and continue wearing masks. Perhaps I'll cruise. Maybe I'll fly. Continue to worry about prospects for a good COVID-22 outbreak. That's right. Lance, Google had a technical glitch here last night. I think that the worldwide it all fixed in about 50 minutes. Jack Wise, Google is a glitch. Lance, really been enjoying today's live. Thanks, Bruce. Thank you, Lance, for being here. Thank you, all of you, for being here tonight. Thank you, any of you who have been making donations to my channel. If I've missed you, I apologize. It's just been, crazy here. Doing all I can with what's going on. Let's see, are there any more comments here today? I'm just double checking my email and everything. Thank you. Received a second donation here already from Jeff Destrop. Jeff, thank you. Paper City Gamer, Jeff, thank you, buddy, for your donation today. That's not the first time you've done that either. And thank you again to Araco Grasso, thank you for your donation. Again, not the first time you've donated to my channel. I appreciate these. They're in the PayPal system. I just missed them, or I just haven't got time to them. Again, thank you, all of you who are loyal followers of this channel. I love you guys. Thank you. Okay, let's go here. Foxy wants to know. He wants to know. Speaking of the mandated doctors in hotels and cruises, will they be easily accessible in hotels and onboard cruises in the future after the mandate? I don't know. On the ships, yes. Hotels, I can't answer that one. Fitzroy Philip, Bruce, in Grenada, we have 26 new cases. That's terrible. Also, how's your mother recently, Bruce? She's doing great. Can't visit her, but she's doing great. How's your daughter? She's doing great. Can't visit her. Kevin Chapman, Bruce, love All the President's Men. Great flick to watch during the upcoming blizzard in New Jersey. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. If you have it on DVD, watch it again. If you ever catch it on video, catch it. Thank you, Kevin Chapman. Thank you for sending me copies of your books, Righteous Assassin, Deadly Enterprise, and of course, Lethal Voyage. You guys want some good reading? Here you go. You want to go on a 6-day cruise from the comfort of your couch? Check out this one by Kevin G. Chapman. Go to Amazon, order it online, and you can get a Kindle version. You can get a audio version. You can get a paperback. The Mike Stoneman thriller series. These are the 3 books so far that are all Mike Stoneman thriller series. Get them, read them, enjoy them. I've read the Lethal Voyage. I've enjoyed it. I just got the other 2 books sent to me. Thank you, Kevin, for that. Looking forward to getting into them. Fitzroy Philip, Bruce, in Grenada, we have 26 cases. All have come from Sandals Hotel in Grenada, which brings the total amount to 72 on the island. Tourists coming into Grenada, going to the Sandals Resort, that's where the cases are coming from. It's people that bring it with them. They don't know they have it. They don't feel unwell. They're super spreaders. And here's the problem. We've got to get on top of this. Jasper Ross, hey, y'all. Hey, Jasper. Foxy, sorry, it's a bad question, Bruce. Can you see customer service happening in pubs, restaurants, and shops in your lifetime? Yes, of course. It'll all come back. Jeff, hi, Bruce and TWB. 90 degrees in Melbourne today, 46 days, no local infection. Now, that is the kind of news I would love to hear from any city with 1.5 million people. Hear that? 1.5 million people, 46 days, 0 local infections. That's successful. That is awesome. Boy, I would love to see that happen everywhere else. Sharon, Amazon has lots of rotary phones for sale. Billed as functional for landlines, but I cannot handle the thought of actually using one again, especially dialing 9 or dialing 0. Yeah, I hear you. Jeff, truck and travel COVID survival rate is over 97%. There's a term for the other 97, refuseniks, super spreader. Yeah, what can I say? Sharon, Kevin, sorry, here we go. Kevin, we're not watching All the President's Men until we watch Sharknado 2 first. That's the classic Blizzard film, Sharknado 2. Oh my gosh. Jack Wise, if I use hand sanitizer, can I share it with you and engage in mutual hand Sanitation. Well, of course, if I use it, you're using it, I'm happy to shake your hand, fist bump, whatever. I'm good with that. Robert Blend, Bruce, do you still like GameStop? I do long term, but it has backed off from the highs, but it did hit a high, didn't it? It'll be interesting to see how the numbers work through Christmas time. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Jeff, truck and travel COVID survival rate closer to 97%. Dan, the best part of your cruise chat is your honesty. Thanks, Bruce. Thank you, Dan, for that. Lance, have a great day. I'll catch you all later. Sharon, you got 83 thumbs ups. Thank you, those of you who are giving me thumbs ups. That would be great. Dan, getting my vaccination Saturday in New Brunswick. Fantastic. Steamer, give this guy a thumbs up. Thank you, Steamer. Billy, Bruce, seriously, do you think there'll be a test cruises? Do you think they'll be scratching them until everyone is vaccinated? Test cruises. You think there'll be test cruises? That's your question. Not after January 20. Not after January 20. I don't think so until later. Gene, hey, Bruce, vaccine arrived end of 2021. I hope. Let's see here. Rocky, you're welcome, Bruce. Good night. Thank you, buddy, for your donation. Dan, getting my vaccination Saturday. Yay. John Weir, Bruce, just spoke to Mr. Trudeau. He said he would love to do your show. If you can do your show in his new socks, that'd be great. This gaming text. Hello, Bruce. I just joined. The title scared me. Will you be doing a more depth video on the CDC no sale order? I did a video today about it. Check it out. Pity nobody shakes hands anymore. Well, I'm happy to shake hands again one day, maybe another time. I have caught up with all of your comments. It took a while, but I did it. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight with me, hanging out. We did get about 145 watching at one point. We're at 84 now. I want to wish you a great week. Thank you for being here. Catch me Friday if you're a sponsor member at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Sponsor member show with trivia. Looking forward to that. I'll be making videos all week long. Join me on the stock market channel. I'll be there as well. We're monetized there now. Fantastic. Thank you for all your support. Love it, you guys. You're tremendous. Thank you for picking up TWB merchandise on the Redbubble store. The links are down below. Thank you. I will keep you posted on what's going on. Make sure to send me cards if you like to the P.O. box that I have. Link is down below. Have a great week. We'll catch up with you later. I'm going to shut her down. Let's take a look and see if we can put up some fireworks maybe. Let's have some fireworks tonight. We love fireworks. And let's see, here's some good ones. Fireworks at cruise ships. You can't beat that, huh? Here's some more fireworks. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Jack, thank you so much. Foxy, thank you. I'll give my wife a big hug. Kirk, see you on Friday. You betcha, guys. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Keep an eye on the channels. We'll keep the videos coming. And enjoy yourselves. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay warm. Stay cool. Stay safe. And catch me on the next show, guys. Take care. Bye for now.